such workers, women workers in various organizations run by Swayamsevaks. They have now started coming together for the emancipation, empowerment and education of women folk of our country so that they will participate equally in the national affairs. That activity we call Mahila Samanvay. All this is going on. So, by agreement, the Sangha programs which are visible outside, therein only Purush, they participate. Mahila, they will go to Rashtra Sevika Samiti. But all else is done by them together, and the effort is to bring Purush and Mahila, numerically they are nearly at par, but as a role also, they should have equal participation, the same role in leadership, decision, etc., etc.
How Sangh can work with entrepreneurs and businessmen to create more employment?
We expect that at district level, businessmen, entrepreneurs, technical, knowledgeable persons of that district, some social workers, they should come together. They should survey the district. What skills will provide the employment locally to youth there? And they should create a facility wherein youth of that district will be trained in the same skills which will fetch them employment locally. They need not leave their place. They will get the employment at their home place and they will fare well. Their household will run fairly well. That type of training, that type of employment should be brought. It should be decentralized, district-wise effort. That is what we expect. We call it as Swavalambi Bharat Abhiyan, and an organization, Swadeshi Jagarana Mancha, with others, Laghu Udyog Bharati, etc., who are working in this economic and trading field, they come together and do this. So this has started. We are doing it.
Media hatredness. Why Sangh? Media hates Sangh.
You see, answering the questions. What for we should answer the questions? For the sake of benefit of our organization. So every question need not be answered. For example, we are answering many questions, but again and again that question is asked. Why? Because there are people who must raise the questions about Sangha, who must make people doubtful about Sangha. We need not answer them. We have other important works to do. We cannot waste our time by replying everybody. And then, after these years have passed, the criticism makes us more famous. You have just witnessed it here in Karnataka. So why should we will encourage them to raise more questions? Then those who ask questions, we have to see what their intention. Those who want to understand. I am answering your questions. Because you want to understand. But there are some who do not want to understand. They just want to nag us. So Balasaheb was answered questions about politics. 3 different persons, he answered differently. One fellow wanted to understand what is the relation. Sangha role in politics and the political party BJP, what? So he wrote a letter. Balasaheb asked him to come, gave him interview for 3 hours. He told him everything. He was satisfied. He went back. Then there was another fellow who just wanted to nag. So he raised this question in a small meeting. Balasaheb told him, you have asked the right question, but to a wrong person. He asked, my sons go to BJP. He said, you should not ask this to me. You see, we don't tell our Sanghiks where to go. When they want to go in politics, they try to enter this party. That party says, oh, you are RSS wala? Go out, get out. We don't want you here. Another party says, no, we have resolved not to let enter anybody our party unless he should forego his relationship with Sangh. So, every door is closed for Sangh. The only open door, he seeks his refuge there. He goes to BJP. So, you go to the other parties and ask them why there is no Sangh in your party. Now, this is not the real answer. But that question was not asked because he wanted answer. And there was still another who was just, for any reason, he wanted to criticize RSS. So he asked this, why do you support BJP? Balasaheb asked him, in which shaka do you go? What responsibility you have? He said, I am not Sangh. He said, by what right you are putting this question to me? My Sangha, I will take it to any party. Who are you to ask? Now this is also not right answer. But for that question, so answering questions, it doesn't matter actually. We are doing our work. Everybody knows we are doing the right thing. Still there are some who, after knowing all this, they want to just nag us or create some disturbance in our work. We don't respond to them. But some questions we do ask. Sometimes we issue statement. When we see that question has some weight, people need clarification, we do it. So it is not that we don't ask, we don't answer questions or we ignore questions. But there is no point in answering the same question 100 times. Once answer is given, okay. Those who don't know, they will come to us, they will ask us. We will answer them individually. That happens.
Why Sangh do not support any political party?
We do not support any political party. We do not participate in vote politics, current politics, election politics, etc. Sangh is work of uniting the society. And politics by nature is divisive. So we keep out of politics. We support policies. And especially now that we are a force, we will exert our force to support the right policy. Not individual, not a party, but policy. For example, we wanted to have Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. So our Swayamsevaks supported them who stood by its construction. So BJP was there. If Congress would have supported that, our Sanghiks are voted that party also. Actually, during those agitation, elections happened, and 2/3 times there was not a single party contesting, there was an alliance. So BJP was supporting, where their candidate was there, Sanghiks did support him. We didn't tell them. Naturally, they went after that candidate, but JDU was fielding their candidate. And there was alliance between BJP. So our Sanghiks supported that candidate. So we don't have special affinity towards one party. There is no Sangha party. No party is ours. And all parties are ours. Because they are Bharatiya parties. We support Rashtra-niti, not Rajaniti. And that we do publicly. We have our views. And we want to go this country in a particular direction. Those who will drive in that direction particularly, we will support them. We will ask public to think about this and support them. Whatever public does, it is their prerogative. But we will exert our strength in favor of the Rashtra-niti we feel proper.
Alignment between Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sangha organization policies.
There is no question of alignment. Political party and its slogan is the question of that party. We are doing our work. And yes, that I don't think that alignment is due to party and Sangha, but there are Swayamsevaks in that party. They think like Sangha. Sangha wants to organize entire society without keeping anybody out. Even today's opponents, they are our potential Swayamsevaks of future. That is how we look at them. So, we are already in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, without giving a slogan. Now in politics, when Swayamsevaks went, they learned that here slogan hearing is must. So they must have given that slogan. That is a very natural alignment. It is not to be forced. It is there. That is why everything in favor of national good, any party, any leader converts it into slogan, it is aligned to Sangha work already. Because the only thing Sangha wants is betterment of this country and this society.
So Major General K.R. Prasad, can RSS establish kiosks to help poor citizens? Ashok Raghavan sir, is there a definite plan of Sangh to reach lower strata and SC/ST of the society? Vishwanath sir asked, is there a significance for individual talent in Sangh? Is there a significance for individual talent in Sangh? Sudhendra Budiak asked, is this not true that number of dedicated pracharaks is dwindling in today's modern era? And there was one question without name. Which system is better, Gruhastha or Brahmachari? If Gruhastha is better, why Sangh is having pracharak system? And Dr. Nitin Garg, how to propagate positive work done by RSS to India and the world?
So there are kiosks for poor citizens, raised by Sangha. That kiosk is given name Shakha. The Shakhas run for the earning citizens. Vyavasayi Shakhas are such kiosks. And we are going to take those kiosks to each basti and each center within 10 to 12 villages. That is Mandal Kendra. They have a group of persons, namely Jagran Toli of that Shakha. And their job is to go about their geographical field of that Shakha and see what lacks to anybody or anywhere. And then they have to fulfill that thing. Abhav ko dur karna, samasya ko suljana. These are the only two tasks given to that Jagran Sholi of each Shakha. So we have raised such kiosks. We are going to take them to every basti, every village, and we'll try to do whatever we can about this. Then there is a definite plan of Sangha to reach lower. Every strata we have to reach. But we have our method. We will not reach through propaganda or promotion. We will go there, we will present ourselves, they will see our conduct, because we want to rope in every individual for the betterment of this country. Doing something for him is not enough. He should in return do something for the nation daily. So we will go to every person, we will approach him, we will talk to him, we will befriend him, we will take him along. That is our method. So it takes time. But we are expanding. We are reaching more and more geographical divisions of our country. We are reaching more and more strata of the society. And definitely that number of representation of the Hindu society, various kinds of Hindu society in Sangha, is steadily, definitely increased. And we can see it now at least up to zonal level. It will come to all India level also. Next step is that. There is significance of individual talent. Every individual is important in Sangha, but nobody is indispensable. We are a team, and team benefits from individual capacities. So there is scope in every team for individual talent, individual efficiency. But every individual keeps his talent within the ambit of team working. That is how it is done in Sangha. So everybody is important and nobody is indispensable. Everybody does his job perfectly. Together we achieve success. Credit goes to team. There is no I in team. But many I's, they join together to make a team. That is what happens in Sangh. Number of pracharaks is steadily increasing. Now it is about 3,700 or so. And it has increased. About 500, 550 youth per annum, they come as pracharaks. And about 300, 350. They, for various reasons, they go back. So every time, 100, 200, increase is there. So it is not dwindling. And society consists of grahasthas. Who is important, grahastha or brahmachari? All are required there. You cannot say that who is important, sannyasi or grahastha. Both are always there. They have to be there. There are 4 ashrams: brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. So brahmachari and sannyasis are part of the society, but the basic, the upholder of all these 3 ashramas is grahastha. So in Sangha, there are 3,500 pracharaks, 3,700 pracharaks. And Swayamsevak's number is about 60 lakhs. So at least 30 lakhs of them are grahasthas. Because we have a race with the time, we have to have such pracharaks. It is the demand of the time. Every grahastha need not do away with his household and come as sannyasi. But those who can, they have to come. So that there will be no need to jump from brahmacharya to sannyas. But that condition of the society is yet to be created. Till that, pracharaks will be there. And because they are full-time and go everywhere, can go anywhere, they have their own importance. But Sangha is not the organization of ascetics. It is the organization of grahasthas. Propagation of positive work. We need not propagate because positivity of positive work, sometimes it gets affected by over-propagation, over-propaganda. But people must know about it. To that extent, we do propagate what we do. And only that much is necessary. Rest is done by seeing. We will have such works everywhere, in every section of the society, in every part of our geography. People will automatically come to know it. Same way it has happened. Now people know of Sangha work, service work, because even our criticizing people, they also came to know when they saw it. So I don't take a name, but a very famous Patrakar. She was criticizer of Sangha. But during Corona, she went to a slum and saw only Sangha people working there. So she slowly changed. So we did not propagate. She came and saw. Wherever she was working, our work has reached. That is why she came to know. This is the recommended method. So we have our publications, we have our report of Seva Karyas, all these things come out in public domain, we give them. On our website we will find them. When people come to meet us or we go to meet people, we give them with such I think here also you are going to give some books. That we do, but it has a limit. In certain proportion, the dosage is important. Overdose will cause harm. That dosage we maintain.
The next question is Bharat and national scenario, vision for 2047 and next 2 decades. So first question, Mr. Vinayak Gokur, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, ex-bureaucrat. Mr. Chandrasekhar, software industry. Mr. Jagpati Jha, professor of IIMB. The question is, what is the vision of your Bharat at 2047? What would be the factors impacting it? The next question, similar to this, asked by Mr. Prasanna, Mr. Raghavendra Prasad TS, tech entrepreneur, and Dr. Parladan KK. The question is, what role do you see of RSS in shaping India's governance? What are RSS plans to make Bharat self-sustaining in technology? Please share a practical way forward for peace with Pakistan within a decade.
So, accepting this last part, all the answers have been there. Yesterday in my address, today in answering one question. Vision of Bharat in 247, I said that we will prepare the society and society will take care of everything. Along with society, we will also be there. So that is our vision. Param Vaibhav Sampanna Vishwaguru Bharat. What are the plan? Well, our role is preparing the society, man-making. Sangha does only that thing. Sangha has its Shakha, Sangha has its Swayamsevaks. Sangha has it, the families, Sangha families. Everything else belongs to Swayamsevaks. They do it. Sangha does nothing, Swayamsevaks leave nothing else. They do everything. Independently, autonomously, separately, and they become independent also. Then self-dependent also. So, what practical way of making Bharat self-sustaining technology is not question for RSS, but definitely it is a question for Sangha Swayamsevaks who are working in the field of technology. So, Make in Bharat, encourage the innovations, bring out the startups, help them. That is happening. Many Swayamsevaks are working through the government also, privately also, through various manufacturers, those who are in contact with Lagodyog Bharati. The other day, I went that exhibition of IMS. Many of you must have visited that. So there were so many stalls. I found 20-25 Swayamsevaks also. Their entrepreneurship, they had created some company, etc. They were also there. It was specially dedicated to defense product and AI. In that field also, they created. So that initiative, Swayamsevaks have to take. They are taking it and they go ahead gradually. That will happen. Peace with Pakistan is something entirely different topic. We always have peace with Pakistan. It is Pakistan who don't have peace with us. And as long as Pakistan gets some satisfaction of causing harm to Bharat, it will keep on doing it. So, way to peace with Pakistan is that we don't breach from our side the peace. But if Pakistan wants to breach that peace, it will never be successful. And the more it tries, more itself it will be harmed. If we make ourselves in that way, for example, Pakistan invaded in 1971. and lost a complete army of 90,000 to Bharat. If that happens repeatedly, then one day Pakistan will learn a lesson. It is better to cooperate than to compete or than to fight. I don't think they understand any other language. We should make Pakistan understand. So we have to speak the language they understand. And that language is, we cannot do anything about it. When Pakistan understands it, we cannot do anything about Bharat. It is better to go closer, be friend, be honest friend, and cooperate. That is the only way that they should understand. So we have to be prepared for their repeated tries. We have to give befitting answer, defeat them always, each time causing them some loss that they will repent forever. When this goes on, one day Pakistan will understand. We wish that they understand this, and then they are very peaceful, they become very peaceful neighbor of us. And with our progress, we will also make them progress. That is the peaceful intention we have.
So next question related to economy. Ajit Hanumakkanawar, journalist. Major General Prakash Chandraji. Recent economic data shows 1% of rich people controls 40% of country's wealth. How RSS view this? How wealth can be distributed equally? Related question. Professor Uday Prakash Sen, Dr. H.S. Shetty, industrialist. What are the main sectors driving India's economic growth? India has great potential to grow as world's largest agriculture economy. How can we achieve this? And related to freebies, Dr. Parvati, academic director, and Krishna Bhattji asked this question. Tax money must be used for nation building, not for freebies. What is RSS opinion on this? Related to food security, Professor Jagapati Jha. What role RSS has to play in food security? These are the 4 questions.
So, it is the fault of today's prevalent system in the world. It tends to mass production and therefore centralization of production as well as centralization of wealth. And that results in this disparity between poor and rich. The gap goes on increasing. It is inevitable. In any country, you see that. That is happening. We have to find a new way. We have to show the way to the world. And our way is not mass production. Our way is production by masses. Decentralized production leads to decentralized wealth creation. So wealth is not concentrated in the hands of few individuals. It is distributed throughout. Family-wise also, that distribution is possible. It was so once, and it is so even now to large extent in Bharat. The wealth is with the families, not few families, common people. When there was Note.1, even the householders did not know they have this cash, this money. Because the grandmother of the house, she saved some 2 lakh rupees for the marriage of her granddaughter. Nobody knew. A small cash, petty gifts, she used to store and did this. That is why the world upheavals in economy affect Bharat least even now. Because wealth is not centered in only share market, only few individuals. It is distributed. So this decentralized model of economy, we have to develop, we have to make it succeed, and we have to show this to the world. Because disparity is the fault of the system. Then human nature also plays the role. I earn, but I have to give back. 2 हाथों से कमाओ, हजार हाथों से बांटो. That nature has to be developed. Rich people have been given riches by the destiny so that they will take care of all the poor. Not as daya, not as dan, as their duty, as their dharma. So survival of the fittest nahi. Fittest will let others survive, make others survive, help others survive. ये हमको रिवर्स बेसिस पर we have to create our own new model of economy. Then all these questions will be answered in that. For example, agriculture. Today we think trade and industry and agriculture. Three different sectors without any coordination between them. That's what not so. From BC 1 to BC 16, we were the top in the economy. And what was our system? Agricultural based, commerce, trading, industry, everything was there. Which is more important, agriculture, trade or commerce? We answered it, all the three are important together. There is no more important and less important. They are complementary and they are helping each other. They should help each other. That type of model, environment friendly model, less energy consuming model, that we have to instill. So we have to have a new economic model on the basis of our thought. That is not some kalpana. We had that model working in the world. What has changed? Technology has changed. So we have to learn that technology, adapt it to this model, and we have to further this model. It will help our country, it will help the world to overcome the problems they face due to this economic disparity.
Next question related to policy making. Shubhankar Chaudhary, CEO, India Tar Atomic Power Corp. The question is, Bharat has vast thorium reserves, which can make the country energy independent. But policy changes have slowed down the process. What role RSS plays to fasten up this process? In MSME sector, Krishna Bhattji asked a question. What measures can RSS undertake to support cottage industries?
So previous question had one more clause. What are the main sectors driving? This is related to this question also. So what is driving India's economy? What are the major contributors? They are MSMEs, cooperative sector, agriculture, and self-employment. Their contribution to GDP is greatest. Their creation of employment is the largest. So, all these things, role in food security, supporting cottage industry, about thorium you have said, I 100% we agree with you. I think we have resolutions also. So when that nuclear deal was in discussion, we had resolved that we have to develop the alternate method. Alternative to uranium is thorium, and in matter of thorium, we are self-dependent. So we will become free. So we still say that that research should be conducted and we should incorporate thorium as our nuclear fuel. That we have to do. What RSS has, what role RSS has, RSS is not the government. RSS is not the political party. So we can play in advocacy. And we do that. We can educate the people, and we do that. Regarding all these matters, we keep our Swadeshi view in our mind, and wherever we can ask them to do it, where we can create some pressure to do it, we do. We ask our censors to do all these things. But it is they who have to do it. And they have so many other constraints and restraints. So, we understand that everything we say, they may not be able to do. But that doesn't mean that whatever we have said is not proper. These are the proper things that should happen. If they are not happening, correction is necessary at that level. And those persons taking care of those fields, they have to do it.
On national security, related to illegal infiltration and risk of Sanatana Sanskriti. First question, Rajendra Upadhyaya, radiologist, Shivananda Shetty, Ajit Kandachar, Dr. Nagaraj Puttaswamy, Dr. Yuvraj M. Biradar. How Bharat can address the issue of porous borders that is allowing Rohingyas infiltrants? There are established organized racket exploiting corrupt administrative loopholes. How this could be tackled? The second question, Dr. Murali Mohan, Hemant Mallapurji, Ravindra Katotiji, Nanaya MT. Due to conversions and politics, Hindus are getting divided and population is declining. How far can Constitution protect and preserve Hindus and Sanatana Sanskriti? How safe is national security with current laws? How could we solve this?
Is it porous borders? So we have to render them non-porous. Due to many reasons, that cannot happen to the degree it should happen. The present government has tried. For example, in Manipur, they want to close the border. But the people from our side, they have different opinions in those localities. Some of them, they don't want the border to be fenced. And they have some valid reasons. So, because all these borders, present borders, they're unnatural. We were one country and we were divided at random. So when someone came from England, he did not know anything about how to form the borders, etc. And he also has said that I simply took the pen and drew the line. So kitchen is in Bangladesh and bathroom is in Bharat. That type of division is there. So in such an unnatural border, if you want to close it fully, there are certain problems which government has to organize. This is not the excuse. But definitely they have to tackle these issues. It takes time. But our borders should be well guarded. They should not be porous. They should be protected fully. That is what we say. And yes, corruption, organized rackets, all these things are there. But why they are there? People doing this, they are part of our society. So, unity and quality of the society is the basic factor we have to correct. Conversion politics. Hindus are getting divided. Who asked Hindus to get divided? Why do not they resist? Politics comes and divides us. Why? Politician comes and says, you are of this caste, he is of this caste, don't go with him. Why cannot I answer, I don't recognize caste in this matter, it is a national matter, we are one as a nation. Why you cannot say that? We need to get ourselves educated and reformed. In the matter of unity and quality of country, we have to do much. All of us together should try to do this. It can happen. It is not an impossible task. We are at it from our inception. But this force needs to be increased. You need not be an RSS member, so and so, to do this. If you are a true national, honest national of this country, you must propagate this thing. Okay, ours is a diverse society. There are so many vividatas. And we take them as Shrungar of our Ekata. But they have their own limit. We have so many provinces, so many languages. Each has its importance. And we recognize it, respect it, accept it. But ultimately, we are one country, one people, one nation. So if someone comes and asks us to be divided, we will refuse. We have got such a Sanatan Dharma. If someone comes and says, convert, we say, we will not. We have done this. We have done this. Within a century, 3 continents were converted. In Bharat, 3 centuries have passed. Converted people are still a minority, hopeless minority. From Mexico to Siberia, under the sword, the nations were changed, exterminated. For namesake they are there, but there is no, that Iran, that Persia is not there, that Rome, that Egypt is not there. But in Bharat, after 500 years of rule of these powers, we are still Hindustan. We can do it. So we must remember this unity, we must remember this quality. We have to make every effort to keep it increasing. That is the root cause, that is the root remedy.
So next question is related to religion and caste. As I told earlier, we got 480 questions. We try to accommodate every question as part of this group of questions. Kindly bear with me, I am reading more questions, but all related to caste and religion. First question, Professor Basavaraju, Vice Chancellor, M.G. Suraj, Dr. Ravindra Puttaswamaya, Tungappa, K.N. Rameshji, Sanjeev Raikar, Professor Basavaraju, Vice Chancellor, Ranganath Bharadwaj. What are the steps taken by Sangh to eradicate caste system? Can RSS initiate inter-caste marriages? Should we stop asking caste in schools and colleges? How the children from downtrodden and marginalized caste can come mainstream of the society? All are caste related only. I am continuing to read few more questions. Dr. V. Sri Ramakrishnan, K. Ratnaprabha, civil servant, Jerome Anto, Raghavan Sampath, Narasimhan B.S., Dr. Sharan Srinivasan. Political parties are succeeding in convincing a large section of Dalits that they are not Hindus. How to convince SC/ST community that Hinduism doesn't preach casteism and discrimination? What is the action plan of RSS to address this? How we can reach out to common citizen to make them understand RSS values and stops conversion? What is the plan for preventing the conversion? How can we contribute to stop conversion? All related to conversion. Then inclusivity related, Prashant Magadi, Dr. M.V. Alagwadi, Professor, Dr. Narendra Vishwanath, G.K. Vishwanath, Dr. Krishna Prasad, Vijay Kumar, all of them, Dr. Krishna Prasad. They asked, how can we promote inclusivity regardless of language, religion and caste? How to use religion and caste for inclusive growth? How can we learn from the Western countries to remove the caste systems? Caste and politics related, Vijay Kumar asked this question. How to stop the politicians, secularists who divide the society on the basis of caste and misquote Manusmriti? Similarly, reservation based also same caste question. Rohit Deshpande, Ms. Josna Pai, Anant Kulkarni, Professor Basavaraju, Vice Chancellor, Satyesh Bellur, S. Arun Kumar, S.L. Gangadharappa, retired IAS, Major General Prakash Chandra, Major General Prakash Chandra asked this question. How to resolve the brain drain of non-BC, non-OBC students? That is, bringing our talents back to Bharat. How to stop reservation in education sector and encourage meritocracy? The next question. How many years still required to make every Indian feel one family? What is the role of RSS playing in this regard in next 5 years? How to stop reservation in education sector, all related to caste and religion.
Now this caste, we call it caste system. It is no more a system. It is caste confusion. What does caste mean? Traditionally, one caste has one job. No other can do that job, and his caste has to explicitly, exclusively pay attention to that job only. That is the basis. That is not there now. Anybody can do any job. So where is the system? There is no system, but there is caste for concessions and for elections. That is caste confusion. So there is no need to do any effort to eradicate caste. There is need to do effort to forget caste. And that is very easy. We individually can forget caste. What we do in Sangha, we don't mention caste. We say we are all Hindus. We draw a bigger line. That automatically removes caste from mind. Ultimately, there is no system. Where does caste reside now? It resides in our mind. When we hear each other's name, we start thinking, oh, this is his name. He must be this. That has to be eradicated from our mind. This happens in Sangha Shakha. We together work for years together. We don't know to which caste we belong. Sometimes, for a marriage ceremony, we visit our Karkarta at his home. Then we come to know from others that he belongs to this caste. When I was elected as Sarakareva, Mr. Suresh Soni, another senior Karyakarta, he was made Prachar Pramukh. And media reported that Suresh Soni is made Prachar Pramukh to give representation to OBCs. So next morning while taking tea, I asked Sureshji, are you from OBC? He did not answer, he just smiled like this. Today even I don't know whether he belongs to OBC or what caste. Because we don't think of it. We just forget it. That is what we have to do in our daily. Our friend circle must include every kind of Hindu people. We think Hindus are one unanimous, one homogeneous society. But people think Hindus as from this caste, from this province, this language, that religion, like that. We must include every type of Hindu conceived by others in our friend circle. Wherever we received in particular locality. From all the sections of society in that locality, we have friends. Our family have families. We mix together, we go to each other's house, we celebrate together in Sukha and Dukha. We help each other. That should happen. And wherever people like us are in majority and in authority, they should try to make Mandir, Pani, Smashan common for every Hindu. That we can do. You need not be Sangha Swayamsevak. You need not have an organization for that. Individually you can do this. You can have friends everywhere. You can go and mix with all the families. You have to train yourself, you have to train your family. If we do that, this caste problem will be eradicated very easily. It will take time, 10 years. But we are trying to eradicate for 1,000 years. Every Santa asks us to forget caste. Every Santa asks us to forget untouchability. It is not going because if you beat darkness with a stick, it will not go away. Light one small lamp, it will go away. We have to light the lamp. Stop beating the darkness with sticks. That we do, it will happen. And answers of all the questions come in this. In schools and colleges, government has to do it. But for political reasons, it will not be done. If I am in politics and I don't support this caste, varna, untouchability, it should go out lock, stock, and barrel. That is my firm opinion. But if I am in politics and to eradicate this from government policies, I have to be in chair. I will not dare to touch this topic there. Otherwise, I will be distrust. It is their dilemma. They cannot do it. It is this society which one day firmly say, now if you do not quit asking about caste in your forms, we are not going to vote for you. Then it will go away. So we have to start it. We have to do it in society first. Then all this will happen. How we can help the children from downtrodden marginalized. Main thing is not their economic backwardness. It is there. We have to do about it, something about it. But first thing we have to do is to give them love and respect. That is their hunger of the centuries. If you do that, they have the strength to uplift themselves. We will have to merely give hand, but nothing else. They are not weaklings. Now they are getting organized also. What they expect is love and respect first. And that love and respect will remove all the discrimination in actions. Then legal measures, everything follows. So first we have to do this. And I am telling you this, our Swayamsevaks are doing this through various service projects and through our shakhas. Our experience is very encouraging. If we do this, everything follows automatically. That brings inclusivity in our nature. That makes growth also inclusive. We need not learn anything from Western countries in this respect. Remember, Western countries do not understand Bharat. They do not. Recently, within last 3-5 years, some light is dawning on the Western people that Bharat is something we have to study more deeply. But they are much ignorant about us. We have to know ourselves. And we have to do everything for us. We need not take any lesson from the Western country. It is our fault. We will cure it. And if we do this, politicians and secularists will definitely stop doing any harm to the society. Because why do they do this? It is their self-interest. When they see that doing this will be counterproductive, they will stop it. If they find some scope for their mischiefs, they will do it. When they learn that the mischief brings some reverse effect, they will stop doing it. That is the only way. So again, society has to prepare themselves. Brain drain is something different. Non-BC, non-OBC, brain drain is not from only that section of the society. In BCs and OBCs also, the so-called brain drain is there. There also, youth goes outside, settles there, doesn't come back. It is concerned with our selfishness. We speak of brain drain. Why we became independent? Yogi Arvinda deliberately failed in the ICS examination because he wanted to serve the country. Subhash Babu deliberately came back from there. All our leaders, they had much scope outside. But they did not want that scope. They wanted to work for their country and countrymen. That urge we have to encourage, we have to recreate. There is also a reverse flow going on. People realize and they come back, young people. Why they are going there? For facilities. I asked a doctor's son who was about to go abroad. I asked him, why are you going there? Because good doctors are found here. People from abroad come here for correct and cheap treatment. That is the fact. We'll find so many foreigners coming here for heart operations, brain operations. So I asked him, why are you going there? He said, no, there are good facilities. Why are you being a doctor? You are a doctor for earning money or you are a doctor for treating people? He said, treating people. Then you are needed more in Bharat. Why are you going there? There is no answer. This mislogic is there in their mind. You have to remove this. Unless they come back and work here, here conditions will not be improved. And unless the conditions are not improved, this logic makes them go out for facilities. So we have to start somewhere. We have to inculcate this spirit in our young minds. That is the way we can stop the brain drain. How to stop reservation in education sector and encourage meritocracy. Actually, reservation and meritocracy, it is not related. Talent are only in the people who are not awarded reservation. That is wrong. Talent is in the section of the society which require reservation. There also talent is. Very good talent is there. So, don't relate these two. That is different. We have to bring our society, every section of the society at par. Otherwise, there is no use of meritocracy. So, we have to understand this. For 1,000 years, the deprived mothers of ours were not capable of compete on equal footing. We have to bring them up. The only way to stop reservation is to create complete equality in the matter of opportunities, love and respect. That has not yet happened. There is covert or over untouchability still in work. That is the cruel fact of our national life. We have to cure this, then everything will stop. Nobody will need reservation. Already there are some people from BC communities who say that now we do not need reservation, give it to someone else who is worthy of it. We were takers up till now. We asked for boons, we got the boons. But now we have to give back. We will be givers now. That type of thought currents are now emerging from that society also. So, we should keep some patience. Let the reservations continue. Let the inequality be eradicated. Then we will have a system wherein all these things will be, there will be no heart burning. I have to be broad-minded about it. Otherwise, there is no other good. I think I have answered it.
Now we will have a break for 20 minutes. It's a bio break. Those who are needed, they can go out and come back in 20 minutes. Thank you.